What's up everybody, this is Danny and welcome back to another episode of Ultimate Smart Home. And today it's all about the best robot vacuum that you definitely need to know about. And I've used other robot vacuums this year, even at twice the price. They're nowhere near this good. I was a little bit skeptical, I have to admit, but after using it for over a month now, I am definitely convinced that this is the best value that's out there right now, especially when it comes to price and feature set. There's a lot to talk about, but I want to focus on what makes Roborock's second generation vacuum different from the competition that's out there. But for people who want to know what comes in the box, here it is. You get quite a bit when you open it up. You get some paperwork and quick start guides if you need them. You get the wet mop attachment with the filter, and yes, this can both do wet and dry vacuuming, which is a huge bonus. They provide 2 microfiber cloth attachments that can be cleaned and reused. It's really easy to apply and remove with Velcro. You get the vacuum itself. I have the white one here. You get the base for charging along with the plastic circular base attachment, so if you use the wet mop, when the vacuum returns home, it won't get your base area floor wet. And finally, you get a washable HEPA filter and also the power cord. That's a lot of stuff. The first thing I want to talk about are the sensors on the Roborock S5 and how they make a real difference. On the top, there is a laser distance sensor that detects any type of collision. If you've used any type of robot vacuum, then you know how annoying that is when it gets stuck underneath a couch or in another piece of furniture. You wake up the next morning, the job wasn't completed, then what's the point of a robot vacuum? And it happened to me a lot on my previous one, but I can say after a month, this has never gotten stuck underneath the couch at all, and the jobs have always been completed when I wake up. So that sensor definitely works, and it's pretty interesting to watch when you see it go around corners and different pieces of furniture of how agile this thing is with all of the sensors. The approach to cleanup is also different because it uses that laser sensor to kind of scope out the area first. What it does is it goes and maps out the area or the room that it's in first, and then it goes back and cleans up. So I noticed that this one definitely doesn't go back and clean the exact same sections again like some other robot vacuums do. It's a lot more efficient, and the battery life is also really good on this. 2.5 hours, and I've never had it actually stop in the middle of a clean, but I guess it depends on how big your house is. But if for some reason that it doesn't complete the task, it will go back to the dock, charge up, and finish. So you don't have to worry about if it's gonna finish the job or not. There are also collision sensors on the front with edge detection, and I love the fact that it has this rubber bumper on the front, so when it lightly bumps against edges, it won't stain. I also love how close it gets to the walls when it cleans. It does a really good job. It has 4 anti-cliff sensors on the bottom, so it won't fall off the stairs. I wanted to do an extreme test of this on the table, and I was really nervous when I was doing this, but the Roborock had 0 issues. It's really impressive. For the rest of the design, it's well thought out. The wheels are nice and large and could clear my carpet and rugs at home with no issue, even on shag. There's 1 spinning brush on the right hand side with 3 buttons at the top, the middle one to start cleaning, the second one is spot clean, and the third one to return home. The main brush on the bottom is really easy to remove and clean. There's even a tool tucked away in the front. And I also love the fact that the dustbin is in the front. It's really easy to remove. It can hold a lot of dirt. I'm ashamed to show this, but look at how much the Roborock picked up on the first run on the carpets upstairs. This just shows how legit this robot vacuum is. Where it all ties together though is through the Mi Home app. It's available on iOS or Android, and yes, you can control it by voice, so it has Google Assistant support and Amazon Alexa support, so you can tell it to start cleaning and all that stuff through voice, which is great. But there's a lot of stuff in the app that I want to show you. The app is simple, but it gives you a lot of options, and the vacuum is named Eve because my son is a Wall-E fan, so that's why the name is there. You can find out where your vacuum is in the house if for some reason you lose it. You can also start cleaning from here. And the most important feature in my opinion, which is zone cleaning. I have 2 young kids. They often wreck the house and they throw their snacks all over the floor and stuff like that. So what I can do is I can zone out the living room, have Roborock go in there and clean it up. And I can even tell Roborock to clean it 2 times or even 3 times just in case they ultra wreck the floor. But what I like is that you can make multiple zones. So if you don't want your living room to be clean, maybe that night, and you only want the bedrooms, you can zone those out. So you do have a good amount of control here. You can also schedule cleaning times, which I like. I have it cleaning at night right now. And with the Roomba 980, my previous one, I couldn't run it at night because it was so loud. It used to wake up the kids. And that's the one thing that I love about the Roborock is it's very quiet, especially in balance mode. I can't even hear it upstairs when it's running downstairs. You can change the modes in the settings. Even at turbo setting, it's still relatively quiet. There's a carpet mode as well, so you can amp up the suction for carpets, so I suggest you put this on. And there's even a do not disturb mode here. While the spoken commands are great, you may not want to hear this at night, so that's good that they give you a chance to turn it off. There's a few other notable things like voice packs depending on your region, looking back at your cleaning history, also a live breakdown of hardware and when it needs to be cleaned or replaced is really nice. And if you just want to control the vacuum, you can do this with the remote control feature. Don't have too much fun with this because sometimes I just do this for fun. While I can't show you how it cleans my entire house, let me do a few tests here to show you how good this vacuum is. For this test, I wanted to recreate something that could definitely happen in my house. This is a bunch of crumbled snacks. There's a bunch of textures here, small bits to fine bits to even bigger pieces like the pretzels here. And I just scattered them all over the ground and initiated a spot clean. And you can see how well it did actually on the first swipe. And this is not on turbo mode, this is on balanced. So you can actually get higher suction in this if you want. All it took was a second pass and it got the entire area clean. So this gives you an idea of how good this robot vacuum is. When it comes to the wet vacuuming, it works the same way. I suggest you do a zone clean when you're doing this option, but it worked better than I thought it would. It's really easy to fill the water tank. I love how easy it is to insert as well. So you can see that it cleaned the floor. This is kind of gross, so sorry that you have to see this, but it definitely got some of the dirt off my tile floors. To sum things up, if you're looking for the ultimate smart home robot vacuum, then look no further. I don't think you're gonna find anything else out on the market that does what Roborock does, especially at this price. It does both wet and dry vacuum. It's really quiet. It has a superb cleaning pattern that has really helped me and my family out in terms of cutting down cleaning times. It has a great app that gives you a lot of function. And also you can tie it in with Amazon Alexa or Google Assistant for smart home control. It's easy to get the dustbin out. The maintenance is easy. It's literally half the price of the Roomba 980. So if I had to choose one, I would hands down pick the Roborock, especially for the price. Now, hopefully through a software update, they can add a few things like adding virtual walls. I know that's definitely possible, and adding multi-floor support. So right now, if I pick up the Roborock and I go upstairs, it can't remember both of the maps. So it just has to remap again upstairs. So hopefully they can add that through a software update. But if you own one of these, let me know. Am I crazy, or is this the king of smart robot vacuums right now, especially for the price? So let me know. You're gonna see this more in my Ultimate Smart Home version 2 tour, which is coming really soon. So give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. I will leave a link also for this vacuum so you can pick one up. Let me know what you guys think, and I will see you guys in the next one.